Hello. Today we are joined by Loud, who just completed their match against OpTic Gaming. We are now ready for questions. Would anyone like to go first? Please use the Zoom hand raise feature if you would like to ask a question. Wesley, would you like to go first?
Yeah, please wait. I can ask in Portuguese.
Go ahead, you can ask in Portuguese.
Só não fala em espanhol, né, Willy?
Okay.
Manda um espanhol aí.
Não começa não, na moral, começa não. Vou gravar aqui rapidinho. Boa noite aí, pessoal. Não sei que hora já saí em Copenhagen. Infelizmente, a campanha de vocês acaba aqui. E eu queria que o Sadak, melhor dizendo, ele comentasse o que foi de tão desafiante para vocês nesse pouco tempo que vocês estiveram aí na Islândia.
Como assim? Não entendi.
Do pouco tempo que vocês estiveram aí na Dinamarca.
Ah, tá. Não, fala Islândia, né, Willy?
Tá foda,
cara,
o tempo aqui tá osso.
Cara, eu acho que, tipo assim, primeiramente, eu acho que tivemos muitos erros de fundamento. Não foi nada, não foi tanto tático, não foi preparação, porque a gente acha que se preparou bastante bem para esse camp, mas às vezes simplesmente não clica, sabe? E na Islândia também tivemos muito mais tempo como para arrumar erros, tanto individuais como do time. Então acho que foi isso basicamente, não tem muito mais.
Tá certo, então, obrigado.
Okay. Go ahead.
So basically speaking, there were many mistakes that were most like basic. And if we compare to the Iceland moment, we had more time to like really sit down and fix up more things and prepare more. And it was most about this.
Okay, we'll take the next question from Ariella from B-Zone.
Hi, are you guys listening?
Yep.
Ok, oi meninos, aqui é a Ariela do Valorant Zone. Primeiramente, derrota dura, né? Mas eu queria que qualquer um de vocês respondesse, quem se sentir à vontade. O que vocês sentiram de diferente do jogo contra a Crew para esse contra o OpTic Game? Assim, o que vocês fizeram de diferente para esse jogo que não tinha dado tempo ou talvez não tinha dado certo para a primeira partida?
Cara, então, boa noite, né, Ariel? Eu acho que a diferença foi mais mental. A gente entramos um pouco adormecidos contra a Cru. E aí a gente teve uma conversa, né? Falamos, não, tropa, vamos jogar o jogo, tá ligado? E aí entramos contra a OpTic melhor. Fomos mais acordados, entramos mais comunicativos. Então, é isso. Não sei se responde a tua pergunta, mas é isso.
Responde sim, muito obrigada.
So mainly the difference was like at the first we're kind of like in a slower pace, and after the first one they decided to talk and like say, yo guys, let's play your game. And the biggest difference was that they were more the communication was more clear, and they were like more ready to actually play and bring the game that they have.
Thank you. We'll take the next question from Declan from Deserto.
Hi, this question is for Espes. A lot of people are talking about it online. I was just wondering what exactly happened in that last round with that grenade. Was it a miscommunication or an unlucky bounce?
Oh, no. It was just unlucky because I threw the grenade in the left side that the chamber shoot. And then the enemy phase throw the suck. I don't know the name of the skill.
The Q.
Yeah, and it hit Sadhak. And the bomb exploded and he died.
Yeah, I was like 70 HP and the thing from Fate catch me. At the same time the grenade exploded, right? So it's like I insta died. Like, and the grenade did like 10 damage, something like that. And I was 70 HP. So it was really unlucky.
I remember the damage was 6, I think.
Yeah, it was really unlucky.
We'll take the next question from FD News.
Eh,
ahead.
bueno, sí, sí, ahí estoy. Bueno, mi pregunta es para Sadhak. Justamente estabas mencionando que fue una acumulación de factores de mala suerte. ¿Sentís que se despertaron con el pie izquierdo? ¿Qué es lo que pasó?
No, no, mira, mala suerte no fue. Tuvimos obviamente momentos de mala suerte, pero fue más, fue más detalles, o sea, detalles dentro del juego, trades que no pasaron, fueron cosas que no, quizás no nos escuchamos entre nosotros en un momento crucial, pero no, mala suerte no, o sea, realmente jugamos mal. Es así de simple, ¿viste?
Entendi nada, filho.
Marcio, adoro ver você falando espanhol.
Adoro também.
So overall, it was not like bad luck. It was more about like the little things that it didn't like work it out. For example, like some of the game trades that didn't work, and then some miscommunications during the game. That was most of it.
We'll take the next question from Sons of KS.
Mi pregunta va dirigida también para Sadhak. Bueno, hoy que han encontrado un equipo de NA, luego seguía Crew, no se quedan con esa espinita de poder haber enfrentado a las tres regiones y salir triunfantes.
Mira, o sea, realmente queríamos ganar a OpTic para tener nuestra revancha contra Crew. Es una realidad eso, o sea, los queríamos encontrar de nuevo. Pero bueno, sí, queda esa amargura, no hay mucho que hacer. Veremos qué pasa en la Champions, si es que los muchachos llegan al Champions, ¿no?
Muchas gracias por su respuesta.
So yeah, we wanted to actually win and be able to get a revenge against Crew, but that brought us a little bit of bitter feeling. But well, let's see how it goes with champions if they actually are able to make to it.
We'll go with Pedro from Sentinella next.
Hola, igual mi pregunta es para Sad.
Estoy famoso.
De lo que vimos a lo mejor en el Masters pasado a lo que vimos el día de hoy, ¿cuánto ha cambiado el juego en un sentido estratégico para que hayamos visto quizás un encuentro mucho más cerrado entre OpTic y Loud, suponiendo que fue la final con la que nos habíamos quedado en el ciclo anterior del competitivo?
Mira, yo creo que primeramente cambió mucho el meta. Sacaron a Jet, tuvo sus mudanzas, sus cambios. También pasó todo, apareció Fade ahora. Entonces, creo que los equipos que juegan un poco más agresivos como nosotros se vieron un poco, lo contrario beneficiados, no me acuerdo la palabra, pero se vieron un poco perjudiciados, ¿viste? Y todo eso hizo que los equipos que juegan un poco más lento quizás jueguen mejor, porque ahora se está usando más Rey, se está usando Fade, entonces todos los equipos que juegan más lento se beneficiaron con eso. Y creo que nosotros quizás estábamos en el meta, pero no supimos aprovechar bien, entonces dio lo que dio.
Perfecto, muchísimas gracias.
So first of all, like basically the meta changed a lot. Like there were even like Fade came out, so it ended up becoming a more aggressive environment, and some people with a slower pace ended up like benefiting from all these changes, and it ended up like this.
We'll go next with Gabriel from Globo.
Boa noite. A pergunta é para o Sadak também. Vocês vêm falando, né, desde o último Masters, que o foco de vocês é para Champions, né? Mas no primeiro Masters vocês estavam muito bem, chegaram na final e agora saíram com 2 derrotas sem nenhuma vitória. O quão preocupante é essa eliminação nessa jornada de vocês rumo ao Champions aí? O que afeta nessa mentalidade, nessa preparação, nessa jornada rumo ao Mundial?
Cara, então, eu acho que se um time tem uma mentalidade de alto rendimento, como nosso time tem, sabe que as derrotas são parte de competir e sabemos que das derrotas a gente pode aprender muito. Então, não é realmente preocupante, todo esse preocupante que você está falando, é simplesmente entender que o que está dando certo e que o que é o que não está dando certo, e a gente se preparar melhor e voltar com mais vontade para o próximo internacional, né, para Champions. Mas não é preocupante não, a gente só tem que corrigir os erros.
So I think the team has a way of thinking that it doesn't become a very big worrisome part. It's more about like understanding and analyzing what is working and what's not, and focus on like fixing whatever mistakes we had and prepare better for the next ones.
Thank you. We'll go to Ian from Valoranting next.
Hello, this is for Sadhak and anyone else who wants to answer. For the tournament, who would you say is the MVP of your team?
For the tournament. Jesus. Não sei, você sabe?
Como assim? Tipo,
Quem que é o MVP da gente que acha que foi de boa? Quem você votaria? I would say Pankara was the MVP for us because he almost bring us back on the last round to the 12-12 and he showed a really good improvement on the controllers, right? And he actually is playing really, really well, really good. Yeah, I would say him.
Thank you. We'll go to Declan next from Deserta.
Hi, again. I'll direct this toward Stacey, but anybody can answer. So the decider was played on split, and that map historically always goes to overtimes. It's always historically picked as a third map decider. It seems like it's a great idea for the fans who are watching as it goes deep. But as players, is it fun at all to play like that kind of map that goes deep all the time, or is it more annoying?
I mean, we actually love to play that map. Maybe yeah, it seems kind of boring to watch from outside, but we actually had a lot of fun with it. It's a really hard map to play, but we enjoy it. So yeah.
You have fun, Aspas?
So much fun. I killed my IGL.
All right, we'll go next to Wesley from the Clutch.
Saci, minha pergunta agora é para você. A gente sabe que em alguns momentos você chegou a comentar nas redes sociais que não estava tendo o melhor dos seus rendimentos. Eu queria que você comentasse um pouco, até para deixar o pessoal mais tranquilo, o que você acredita que aconteceu para ter essa queda de rendimento e voltar mais forte lá para setembro?
Cara, isso é uma coisa que eu vou descobrir daqui a pouco. Eu acho que, sinceramente, não sei ainda, tô bem perdido nisso. Já falei com meu time sobre também. Já vinha falando um pouco, mas pode ser muita coisa ainda. Acho que é muito vago só sair falando aqui exatamente o que é. Pode ser o fato também o que eu penso bastante sobre, é o fato que eu tô sem parar desde janeiro junto com o Sadhak.
Isso é papo reto.
Tipo, o Sadhak, ele é menos maluco do que eu, né? Então ele tira folgas. E normalmente eu não tiro, né? Porque eu faço bastante live. Não sei, talvez seja um pouco de burnout. Acho que é um negócio que eu preciso saber o tempo de parar, né?
Nossa,
Então,
acho que o complicado foi, mano, voltar da Islândia, acho que foram 5 dias, continuar jogando e, nossa senhora, não, isso foi assim,
então, tipo, eu não tive nenhum tipo de folga, basicamente. Quando acabou a Champions ano passado, eu fiquei free agent, então, free agent eu tive que fazer várias reuniões, e enfim. E eu acho que agora eu preciso de um tempo. E nesse tempo eu vou realmente descobrir o porquê, né?
Boa, perfeito, obrigado.
While we wait for the... Oh, go ahead.
So it's all good. So it's something that actually Sasi gonna get to know soon. It's not something that he can just like start saying like, oh, it's this and it's that. It can be a range of like many things. Perhaps it might be related to the fact that he has been going nonstop with Sadhak. Perhaps a little bit of burnout here and there, and just like the fact that he couldn't actually get a proper rest. And then Sadak mentioned that like they ended up going back from Iceland, and within 5 days we're back to playing and like training and everything. And there was no much time to properly rest. There were like many meetings, and that's something that Sasi would have to think and like understand like when to say no, and perhaps now he needs some time to rest.
Thank you. We're going to take 2 more questions from Pedro and Ariella. It's getting late out here. So Ariella, you can go next.
Thank you. Pegando esse gancho que você falou, Sassi, sobre ter esse realmente burnout, né? Eu queria saber se o cansaço mental realmente foi, acho que talvez o principal fator talvez dessa derrota, ou talvez desse cansaço que você está tendo, né? Ou talvez que os outros jogadores também tenham, né? Mas talvez não tenham se expressado. Mas para você, o que seria o ideal, talvez assim, para vocês chegarem bem? Talvez o tempo de espaço foi muito curto para vocês da Islândia, do VCB, juntamente aqui para a Dinamarca, né? Então, como é que seria a preparação ideal justamente para vocês não sofrerem com esse desgaste mental que é o principal para o jogador?
Olha, como time, o cansaço mental até pode ter feito um pouco parte disso, mas nem tanto. Acho que a gente
tipo assim, acho
soube
que
descansar, vai.
Perdemos junto, ganhamos junto.
Então, eu acho que não tem muito segredo nisso. Quando eu falo cansaço mental, eu acho que é mais individual, assim. Cada um sabe como é que tá descansando, mas o nosso time, assim, as derrotas que a gente teve aqui foi até esquisito, ser sincero. Porque a gente cometeu o erro que, a gente não comete. Até no próprio jogo agora da OpTic, da Cru, nem vou falar, pelo amor de Deus, mas da OpTic agora a gente teve alguns errinhos meio bobos ainda. E Pistol, pelo amor de Deus também. Mas, cara, beleza, a gente não teve tanto tempo comparado com a Islândia, né? Então todo mundo tava falando isso, né? Na Islândia a gente teve mais tempo para se preparar, a gente tava nos playoffs direto. E realmente seria muito melhor, porque mudou também o meta, né? Tá rolando a Fade, o Soul foi nerfado, o Aspas não tá jogando de Jet na maioria dos mapas. Então muita coisa mudou dentro do nosso time, né? O Lester jogando mais de Chamber e tudo mais. Então a gente não teve como se adaptar tanto aqui. Mas também é muito fácil dar essas desculpas, né? Falar que essa é a culpa da que a gente perdeu. Então eu não considero isso como culpa da derrota, não. Eu acho que a gente só tem que melhorar mesmo.
Certo, muito obrigado e boa sorte, meninos, pro Champions.
Obrigado.
Muito obrigado.
So as a team, like being mental, it's all good. Tá tudo bem. As a team, being like mental tiresome might not be the biggest impact. It's more like an individual like point. Everyone actually knows how much they're trying, how they're trying, have their patterns. Like the defeats we had here, indeed, were kind of odd. Like we ended up making mistakes that we don't usually do. Some very silly mistakes. Okay, like everybody's saying that like comparing to Iceland, we didn't have much time to rest and stuff. And we couldn't like come here and adapt to many things since other things also like changed within the structures of our teams or like gameplays. And because it's easy to just like come out with excuses and just like say, oh, this is the reason for the losses or not. It's not all about like this being tired mentally. It's more like about the things that we need to analyze what we can do best and improve.
And we'll take the final question from Pedro from Blix.gg. Pedro?
Hello. First of all, commiserations for the series loss against OpTic. Sassy sort of touched upon, the sort of like things that the team encounter, like when it comes to preparation during a given event. And so with that, you guys look ahead to the champions as one of the teams that are qualified for Brazil. And so to Sassy or anyone else that can answer this question, I'd just like to know, like, what are you guys going to do, from now until then to prepare and just to ensure that such a disappointing result as the one you have had here doesn't happen again?
I will let Sad Hacks.
So first, we're resting a little bit, and then we're going to try to boot camp maybe here in Europe, and just try to be our best, right? Just train a lot here in Europe if we have the chance, and be the best we can on Turkey. So there's not that much of a preparation. It's more like we have more time, right? right, when we bootcamp, we have more time to prepare, right? So I think that's going to make a difference to us, and we're going to try to not have this disappointing result, as you said.
Loud, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today. This will conclude the first press conference. OpTic will be up right next.
Thank you.
Hello. Right now, we are joined by OpTic Gaming, who are coming off of their victory against Loud. Blake, would you like to ask the first question? You know what? We can go with Scott from Dot Esports. Scott.
Thank you.
Go
Yep. First off, congratulations, guys, on the victory today. This can be for anyone who wants to take it. Even though this was an elimination match with your backs against the wall, did you feel a little bit more comfortable versus Loud due to your familiarity with this team based from previous events?
I think they kind of played similar to what they did previously, but I think this time around they had a different dimension where there was a couple more fakes and their hits were just a lot stronger this time around, and they weren't relying too much on re-hitting. Their just straight up hits were very good. So I mean that being familiar with them didn't matter too much. I think we were just like adapting a little bit better this game.
We'll take the next question from Declan from Deserto.
Hi. So this question is for Ye. So you bounced back again after a not so great performance the other day. I was just wondering, did you have to really reset your mental here, or do anything different, or was it just kind of back to work?
I would say, at least with I found this like common for all the events I've attended. Like whenever you go to like a new land, you kind of need time to get like into almost like that match mode, and you also need time to also just get used to the general setup on stage. It's a brand new thing, not to mention just getting into the zone. And for me, I don't think my mental was good on the first game. I think I could have played a lot better, and I was I was just having honestly like a really bad day. But I'm glad I was able to show up on the final 2 maps for my team here.
We'll go with Blake from esports.gg next.
Hey guys, congrats on the win. This question is for Marv. At the Champions press conference, or sorry, Reykjavik Champions press conference, you said OpTic was the most clutch team in the world. After another really tight victory, do you feel like that title still applies?
I think so. Obviously in Iceland we showed that. First game, sadly we couldn't show it, but yeah, I think from now on forward, hopefully we don't have to be clutch and we just shut them down every game. But I think we'll be showing some of those moments again.
We'll go with Ian from Valoranting next.
Hi, this is for Chet and FNS. For the group stage of Copenhagen, who would you say has been the MVP of the team?
It's really hard to I did that. It's really hard to specify one specific player just because I feel like everyone's had their part, even Chet. So I mean, honestly, I don't have an answer for you. I really don't know.
I also do not have an answer. I think everyone did their part.
We'll go with Sons of KS next.
Hello, this question is for Jay. Now they will face Crew, the another team from American continent. How do you feel prepared against them?
I feel like historically we've always played them pretty well, but honestly, it's hard to say. They've been looking pretty good in terms of like their current form. They're having like a lot of players pop off and having like really good rounds. So I'm expecting it to be like a really tough game because I think they've improved like a lot. So we're just going to do the best we can in terms of prep work with the limited time that we have and hope for the best.
Thank you very much for the answers and good luck.
Thank you.
We'll take the next question from Arnab from Desk Gamers. Oh, he lowered his hand. Scott Robertson, we'll go back to you. Oh, no, go ahead, Arnab.
Yeah. So my question is for FNS. There were a few rounds in Fracture specifically where there were 2v3 situations and you guys stick to the B side itself. We have seen for more than 2 rounds, I guess. So what was the call like? Were you guys studied about it that they mostly hit B sides, or was the an instantaneous call?
I think in this rounds you're talking about, even if we had rotated to A in that situation, it wouldn't have mattered. I feel like they still would have had the bomb site, and I think we had a trip as well in A mid. So we we gambled. I think we had worse guns than them as well. So we kind of just gambled that they were going to come towards B. No, there was no like set read that they're going to hit B consistently. It was just one of those things where we knew we had the information that they couldn't be at least halfway up A main, and the way the round played out, it just made sense for them to more than likely hit the B bomb site. So we just chose to gamble.
We'll go next to Blake from esports.gg.
All right, this question's for Victor. During challengers and back at Reykjavik, you didn't have to play a ton of Rays. I mean, you played a little bit, but it feels like the meta has kind of moved towards the Rays and the Fade. Are you more comfortable in that? How do you feel about playing those compositions moving forward?
As far as comfortability goes, I'm not uncomfortable at all with Rays. She was, I think, I played Rays mainly way before I played Neon a lot, so I'm pretty familiar with it. So it doesn't bother me.
We'll take the next question from Declan from Deserto.
Hi, yeah, this one is for FNS. So in the post-match interview with Yinsu, you said you really only had 1 week of break since the tournament series began. I was just wondering, since burnout is such a big topic in esports right now, how close are you to that kind of mental wall?
We're going to need a break after this event. Let's put it that way. It's definitely tough. It's not burnout in terms of just playing the game all the time. It's that when you're competing against such strong teams so consistently and there's always something on the line, it's always something in terms of the schedule where we have to play basically every single day. And if we're not playing, we have to practice in order to get and stay ahead of the meta. It's not easy to consistently be able to do that. And especially when you're defending champs and you qualify and then you have about a week and a half before you fly out, not even, maybe a week before you fly out, and you have to completely have new game plans for these teams that have already watched you win a championship. Pretty tough for the most part. I mean, it's very difficult to readapt for sure, but it's just the hand we're dealt, and so we just deal with it. And as far as how difficult it is, it's very hard to keep our mentals the same when you don't get an extended break. Essentially, when you get knocked out, you have the reward of being able to go back and kind of study and see what you did wrong. And then when you win, you have no time. So weird.
We'll take the next question from FD News.
Well, it's for anyone who wants to take it. Recently, Sadhack said that they didn't play well and they also have a bit of bad luck. How do you see the overall of the whole match?
They said they didn't play their best. Is that what you said? I don't believe we played our best either, but we're both not in complete form right now, but I think that we are still the better team. I mean, he can say that and it's all good.
All right, we'll close out with these final 3 questions. Arnab from Desk Gamers.
My question is to anyone who want to answer. Is this, as you said, that being a champion is coming back to Copenhagen Masters and running in the lower bracket, and how much it mental pressures you even after the like you guys haven't have rest since last Masters as well. So does it create some performance blockage, do you think?
I don't necessarily think it does that. It's just you can't create new things because you don't have the time to create new things. And so we'll probably sometimes fall back into the stuff we used to do. And if it's anti-shredded, then the other team's at an advantage. That's basically all it is. And, not having the time to re-innovate things is a big disadvantage for us. But besides that, no, there's no real mental challenge other than just that literal issue of not being able to make new things. Basically our coach has to just sit there and stay up 24 hours a day for the next 7 days after we qualify for an event because we have to fly out and go play a tournament.
We'll go to Ian St. Lawrence from Valoranting.
In the last map split, all of you went negative in first kill, first death. Is that surprising to you? do you think that like points to maybe a strategic or tactical mistake, or is it just like that was a very hard fought map and that's just what happens?
Sorry, what map?
Split.
This one we just played?
Yeah.
I mean, I just think it was hard map. They started defense. We ended up winning the pistol, and then it was kind of back and forth, and we should have won one of the rounds where we kind of weren't able to get the bomb in the A-bomb side after we got a clean entry. I feel like if we'd won that round, it would have been, the half would have been 7-5, maybe even 8-4 in our favor. But yeah, I mean, things just happened that way. But yeah, I think it was just a hard fought game. That's all.
Scott, you'll be the last question.
Yes, this question is for Coach Chet. When we spoke a few months ago, you told me that to be successful in Valorant, you have to constantly reinvent yourself from qualifier to qualifier and match to match. But with such a quick turnaround between today and the match tomorrow, and how do you do that in such a short time frame?
I think it's not really like comp changes that need to be made. It's more so how you approach the situations when you have these comps. So whenever we like prep later tonight or early tomorrow, we're just gonna try to adjust our strategy on the opponent that we're playing that day, and hope like that's enough time to actually win the game.
Thank you. And one last question: would you guys like to say anything for the fans watching you at home?
Thank you for the consistent support. We appreciate it always, even if you're new fans, old fans, doesn't matter. Just yeah, thank you.
OpTic, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today, and this will conclude the press conference.
Thank you. Thank you.